Hello, I'm Daniel Haberdank. I'm an Avid editor for VTR, and this is a little tutorial about creating an audio AAF for use at our audio facility, Suite 16. Aura Simpson is our Suite 16 sound engineer, and he just loves it when all audio clips are online and the picture is in its correct aspect ratio and the resolution is high enough so he can see the lips move. So, if you do not want to disappoint Aura, just follow these simple delivery specifications. Okay, let's take a look at our timeline in Media Composer. I have here a video called What is Art? It's a simple video showcasing our green screen studio here at VTR. If you'd like to watch this video in its full glory, go to our VTR Suite 16 Facebook page. So, to prepare this sequence for a Suite 16 mix, first duplicate the sequence. Apple D is the way to do this, and we will call this for sound. Double-click the sequence to make sure it's selected on the timeline. Even I get caught out on this sometimes, even after all these years. Now create another video layer. Apple Y is the quick way to do this. This layer will have our timecode in picture set up. To do this, go to the Effects palette, select Generator, timecode burn-in and drag it onto the video layer. In Effect mode, size it up a little and place it on the top of the screen. Let's leave the picture making for the moment. Now make another bin and call this for sound and drag the sound sequence in there. Why do we make another bin, you ask? Well, when Media Composer creates an AAF, it populates the bin with a whole bunch of clips, which you don't really want in your nice and tidy cuts bin, do you? Now right-click and export using the Export to Protools setting. This is a really good starting point, and I tweak it just a little bit to make it a bit more compatible for our workflow here at Suite 16. Go to the options and make sure AAF is selected. Untick these two, because we want to make sure that we are Untick these two, because we want to make sure we are exporting the whole sequence. Also have AAF Edit Protocol selected. This ensures you can export AAFs that are potentially larger files than 2 GB. Export method is Consolidate Media, and make sure you have 50 frame handles. This ensures the sound mixer has plenty of room for crossfades and also access to any Atmos either side of the grab if available. The other important element is embedded in AAF. Following these simple steps will give us one neat and tidy AAF file. You want to give sound the cleanest possible clips, so deselect any of these and the project settings default is good enough. Okay, hit the save button, and I usually put it on the desktop so I know exactly where it is. Just remember to delete it afterwards. As you can see, it now starts populating the bin with a whole bunch of subclips. It's always a good idea to double check your exported sequence to make sure everything is accounted for. Sometimes, especially if you're AMA linking, the sound files do not get consolidated properly. These will appear in red on the sequence, but if nothing is red, then you're all good to go, and you can confidently deliver a full AAF. If we now have a look at our desktop, we can see the AAF file right there. Now, let's prepare our guide QuickTime. Reuse the sequence we created the AAF with. Right-click, Export. Choose Untitled, as we will build this one from scratch. Export as QuickTime Movie. Untick marks and untick selected tracks. Now click on Custom, then Format Options, and Settings. Compression type needs to be H.264, and restrict the data rate to 3000, which is good enough for a guide, and yes, you can see the lips move. Encoding should be faster encode. This makes sure you're only encoding it once, so it's a lot quicker. Sound here is all good. Whatever it defaults to is fine, and press OK. Looking at the video format, make sure it's at 1920 by 1080 and whatever it defaults to here and here. Double check you have the video and audio selected, as it's always good for the soundy to have a guide soundtrack. Hit the save button and let the Avid do its thing. Once completed, you can see we now have 2 files on the desktop. And this is what you will need to supply to Suite 16. Remember, you can hightail or Dropbox these files to us. Especially for smaller productions, you may only need 1 or 2 hours to have a professional mix done, so get in contact with us. So there you have it. Hope you have found this video helpful, and you can always get in contact with us via our website, vtr.co.nz. And check us out on our VTR Suite 16 Facebook page, and we even have a YouTube channel. Bye for now.